Oh my gosh.
Holy shit! There's a new Small Soldiers movie.
They're doing a sequel?
Are you
Or is it a
shitting me?
reboot?
Yeah.
It just says Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
There is a new Small Soldier movie. Yeah, that was like 6 days old.
Oh wow.
Playing it with the times, old man.
Oh shit, we're live.
Yep. That we are.
We are
Yep.
only 9 minutes behind. All right.
That's like on par for us.
I-
All right. Anyone who's actually played D&D knows that when you're like, hey guys, we're going to play at 7 o'clock, that means you're going to start sometime between 7 and 8.
You
Yep.
have to blame the person that got here last.
We were negotiating with our sponsors. That's what it was.
Kinda.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, we are the Initiative Syndicate. We are live, I think, only now officially on YouTube. Is that correct? I'm
The
talking to a
YouTube.
mystery person who you can't see on camera. But
He's
he,
gone.
he basically is the brainchild of all of this.
He's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah. He doesn't need to.
Pepperoni nipples.
Anyway,
It's just simple, no move.
we're gonna do a brief recap of last. Actually, it wasn't last week's session. I'll just call it last session. Because we took we're trying a new thing out where we try to take the last Wednesday of the month off to let everybody kind of get a long rest and do some other things and make them miss us more when they come back. They're a little bit more excited to play, and we're gonna try it out for a little while, mostly because summertime is when people like to do stuff. And we'll see if that sticks after the summer or not.
Yeah.
But it was weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Say absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I really missed you guys.
I missed
a lot.
the D&D.
Anyway, last session, you guys made it out of the vault. You wandered out into the square of Ravnica, trying to turn in all of the ley line energies, and complete the maze challenge. The overall the illicit maze. The thing is though, is when you guys went outside, you got ambushed. You got ambushed by some forces that looked to be of a Rakdos alignment. Madame Madri, some ogres, some cackler demons.
The late Madame Madri.
Yeah. The hardest part was the cackler itself.
Yeah.
That bitch would not go down.
that one little like 6 HP cackler demon, you could not kill that guy, man.
It's like in Diablo, those little fallen guys, and
Ah.
they're just popping away, and they keep getting resurrected.
And you're like, where's the shaman at? I know you're out there.
I hear your fucking maracas.
Yeah.
And he'll go like this, and in the darkness he'll cast, and then he'll run.
Yeah.
Like, you little asshole! I'll find you.
Um,
So after a pretty intense battle, including a fire elemental and some other things, Madame
Yep.
Madri was slain. Only to find out that she might not have been completely piloting her body, as strange creatures with the brains that had feet exploded from their skulls and wandered off into the darkness.
Oh my god, yes.
Don't have to
I
remind
forgot
me.
about this.
And
Oh,
that was pretty much the entirety of the session. So, you guys are going to be basically picking up right after the fight. Go.
Do we know anything about these creatures? That
You've
pop
never
up?
seen one before. They've never been encountered in Ravnica before.
Ooh.
What in the hell is that?
As soon as that's it's like, what the hell? And I jump on Rocky.
That's my ear. Oh, it's connected.
Oh my.
So no one knows what the fuck those things were?
Those are creepy.
And they just took off and just jumped down in the hole.
They went back to the raiders.
Little brains
Or,
with legs.
So the world was kind of like doing weird things. Is it
That's
back
true.
to normal now?
Is it
Or
something-
is it
Everything
something
seems as normal as it was. It almost looked as though the sky itself was a veil of like a thin curtain. And it was almost as though you could see twilights and almost other universes. It seemed like there was like strange creatures on the cusp. One of them, something that was floating up in the sky, looked almost like a squid-like creature, like a sea squid. not a squid man, a sea squid.
Like spread around.
But it was more like you saw the outline of it in a brief second,
Davy
like,
Jones.
and then it was just gone. And whatever it was massive. It was huge.
So that's not normal for Rakdos?
Okay. Did you make those from body parts you got?
What?
Those little squishy things that came out of their head?
The brains with feet.
I've tried.
Well, that's good to know.
None were successful. I threw them in the dumpster.
So how did you know those are it?
I gave it a little jolt and nothing.
It definitely looks like one of your creations.
I don't take brains. I take fingers, arms, legs, heads.
Well, not yet.
Well,
Not that we know.
I'm about to say-
We had two.
Okay, anatomy is not your strong point. We
Well,
get
that
that.
would be really hard if I hadn't practiced. So yeah, I guess I do take brains. That was early work. That was like getting into it, like kind of finding the hobby. You know, you buy a few things for the hobby, and I'm all to dive in. Like, spend the most money you can, get the best utensils.
We've seen Harvey. You haven't spent that much money.
Body parts rot over time. Okay, that's besides the point. I didn't make no brainchild walking around thing, and if I did, they were in a dumpster a long time ago.
How do you think they poop? Like,
They
I
con-
just can't.
Do you think
Would
it
it
looks
be
like little
constant?
brains that come out?
Would it be concentrated or constipated still?
We'll have to have the concentrate on it.
These are big questions. We gotta.
Did they have big boobs, big feet, little feet?
Okay.
They look like clawed feet.
So the birds.
Nah,
Brain birds? I didn't see wings.
None of them are dead lying
So,
around.
the
All
ones
of the
that
little
get
brain
pushed down
bites got
fast
away,
and don't
right?
make it.
So
All of
what if
them
they're
like-
like little psychic birds? They use their mind to fly.
Yeah.
There were 3 in total.
are the rifts still there? Like the cracks in the ground?
I'm just gonna say, I don't want to go down there.
I'm gonna send Tencel down.
Wait, whoa. You have to turn this in.
I was
Fuck
about
the
to say
brains.
we do still
gotta
need to
win.
turn the pendant in.
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah,
should
let-
get going just in case.
There's about to be a brain deal.
We gotta work one thing at a time.
Yeah,
Here.
let's
Good point.
do that just in case the
We-
giant octopus comes back or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a DM distraction.
And what's the,
Really? What's that mean?
No, don't
Never
get
guessed.
that.
That's our guy named Dungeon
I
Master.
don't know what you're talking about.
Don Markles.
I'm just waiting for us to have a D&D game inside of the D&D game.
And you know you're not inside of the game right now.
We are.
There's no brain, just crucifix.
Great, now our brains are exploding.
Alright, so let's turn
You
it
have a
in.
headache.
Then we'll go down the sewers. They have a party first, but then we'll go down to the sewers.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
maybe we should talk to Niv or something about these brain things. He knows
Yeah.
weird shit.
That's true.
They look. I mean, if none of us have ever heard of them, they got to be like extra dimensional or something.
Yeah,
Another
I'm
world.
fairly well read, and I have no idea what those things are.
Beats me.
Well, how many more? We've already had to deal with late Madame Madrid and her group. Who's to say there's nobody else that's not out there
Yeah.
waiting for us on the way there to ambush us?
Well, I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's just right over there, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
isn't the archway for the
It's like
thing just
20
like?
feet away.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's 20 feet away.
Yeah, but like
It's fairly close-ish.
within sight.
I
think.
I would say it is, but it's a distance off.
Okay.
You guys were pretty much ambushed as soon as you tried to leave
All right.
the
well,
bank.
We should probably go in case there's more of them.
Yes, agreed.
Yep. I will. I'll start leading the way, and
I'm gonna
have my sword just ready to go.
I'm gonna stick with Liz because again, protecting Pendant.
Pendant.
So, feeling a little bit tired from your last encounter, your bodies are a little bit sore and aching. At least some of you. Some of your resources have definitely been expended. You cautiously walk towards the archways of the Trans Guild Promenade, the basically the center of, well, most of Ravnica, the city. You suspect that something strange is going on, even though considering the hour, there was just this massive battle outside of a guild hall involving your group and another group. There was an earthquake. There were explosions from magic happening, and nothing seems to be happening. There seems to be no response from anyone. No town guards, no militia, no Boros running in to see what's going on. You find it all odd. You continue to traverse through the darkness of Ravnica. The sky seems to be back to normal. It seems to be a very nice, calm night. The weather is warm, but not hot. But something seems off. I need everyone to roll a perception check.
Little brains with legs walking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good
Well, I got 2.
was it perception?
Perception.
Plus 0, so just 20.
Plus 6, so 8.
18.
15.
Okay, those who rolled above a 14.
I'm too busy trying to get the pendant work.
You all sort of look at the buildings that are kind of lining the streets, and you notice that there's like the slightest bit of a. It's almost as if the buildings are rippling.
Can I send Tencil to go like poke at it and see if like she can actually touch the buildings, if anything ripples, if anything happens to her?
Sure.
All right.
So you send Tencil off,
She is
and
back.
Tencil attempts to land on one of the buildings per your instructions, and she grips nothing.
Great.
Okay.
Does she go through it, or does she just fall off of it? Or
When she attempts to land, her feet catch nothing. And she almost kind of goes through the building.
Okay, so illusion.
only one way to find out. Hold on.
Those of you who rolled a perception check higher than 18.
Wasn't me.
You noticed after the strenuous battle that you just participated in, your body doesn't feel as tired as it should be.
Oh.
I knew I was getting stronger.
Kadoosh.
As you start looking around, Rocky, the colors of the buildings, the ground, even your companions seem slightly wrong. You notice it first with Skriznet.
Because I'm right on your shoulder.
He something about his crown, his helmet crown, it doesn't seem to have that same kind of sheen that you are used to seeing. You kind of are looking at his clothes, his little cloak that he's always worn, and it doesn't seem like it's the right color. Can't quite put your finger on it, but it almost looks like the world is black and white.
Pleasantville.
So I look the same.
Sort of. More like the Wizard of Oz.
Ooh.
But your brain is telling you that you should be seeing colors.
That's
And
right.
every now and then, as you
Tiny
kind of
movie.
turn your head, you get a glimpse of this black and white world around you. The others are oblivious to it. But if you rolled high enough, then you saw it too.
I got an 8.
Skriz, do you mess with your crown at all? Did you do anything to it?
Or like all things I have, I polish it. It's shiny. Like
Did you polish it with like weird colors?
spit, yes.
Okay, yeah, that could be the weird colors.
Spit and earwax. That's how you get that gleam. And like I get them on his shoulder, so I'm like showing the codpiece like right up close to him, like
That's
See?
yeah, that
See?
okay.
See?
Yeah,
See?
okay.
you can. I think like that. I I dodge it, I jump off him so you don't get no sneeze or no spray on. Oh, I just
While they're doing that, I'm gonna kneel down, close my eyes, and I'm gonna cast locate object.
Okay.
And cast it towards like the town hall, like the town meeting area,
The town meeting hall.
like where we have to turn and defend it.
The Transguild Promenade.
Like an object in there, something that's like super unique.
The spell seems to function as normal. Although, what you're trying to find is not an object, it's a place. So the spell wouldn't work the way that you're hoping it would.
Well, that's why I said locating an object that's in there. Like
It has to be something that you're like, you know of, or be slightly semi-familiar with.
Or you have to
Stage.
probably be more
Like
specific.
you have to be looking for a very specific object. You can't be like, I want to know where that chimney on that one house across town is that I've never been to before in my entire life.
Trying to think what could have been. I mean,
No,
There was
I
a
think-
stage that was there. There was
That's
that
specific
like
enough.
fountain. Is there a fountain?
Apparently, we're not familiar with it, so.
is there a guild flag in that area?
Is he asking? Are you asking out loud like things that you remember from the other
That's fair.
people there? Saw them there. We were there.
We were
The
there.
stage itself, you believe, was erected for the ceremony, and is not a permanent fixture of.
Yeah,
The area.
It's been broken down.
There is an
Trying
archway,
to
and then there
guild.
is there's the large symbol with all of the guilds of Ravnica in the middle, made of stone, but it itself is not one object. It's like made from blocks.
So is the place still rippling around us?
You only kind of catch it.
And we noticed it when
It's almost as if someone has like when you're viewing a projected image on a sheet, and like the wind catches it just for a second
But
and sort of ripples.
we saw the bat try to land and like slide off of it, right?
Yes, not slide, went through it.
Just went.
Like didn't land
Like it-
properly.
came
Tried
back
tried
through.
yeah, came back out.
So does anyone know detect magic? Otherwise, I can ritual cast and see if that gets anything.
I had
I
to
have
ritual cast
something.
it as well.
And Skriz takes off and flies right into the side of the building just to see what he does. He just like cannonballs right into the side of a building just to see what happens. It's called
As
an
you,
experiment.
as you begin to run, it seems as though the street itself grows longer. You never reach your destination.
Does he get further from us though?
Yes, your perspective is that he has traveled, but it just seems like your perspective is that the building just keeps getting further away, and so
Oh.
does he.
Interesting.
But from his perspective, the building stays in the same distance, and you're running, but you're never catching it.
I'll go.
Do I perceive this or do I just
That's just how you see it. I mean, you can attempt to make another perception check to see if you realize what's going on.
Oh,
I'm just gonna keep running?
You just
forward?
keep going.
Skriz away.
Wait, come back.
Come back.
This isn't gonna work.
I'll walk over to the grave.
It's not a grate. It's
It
a
is a
hole in the ground
crack.
where the monsters came up. You're jumping in the hole.
Oh gosh.
I'll fly down. I'll cast my spectral wings.
You attempt to float down into the hole, and you begin to float into the darkness,
If anyone-
and you just float, and you float, and you float for what seems to be a really long time. After about 5 seconds, from your guys' perspective, he lands back on the street next to you guys.
Hey, where'd you go?
It felt like you were down there floating for like a half an hour.
Hey Rocky, how are you feeling? You feeling pretty beat up, or
I mean, I know we just had a battle, but I feel like I could go for another one. I mean,
so if I hit you in the face and try to wake you up, if this is a shared delusion, would you be okay with it?
how hard do you hit?
I'm a wizard.
Maybe that's
Give me the string.
You're fine. 25.
25. That I'm gonna cast shield. Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
You have advantage on the strike.
I know. I have 32 hit points, so don't do more than
Oh,
that.
okay, fine.
Ow! Did I wake up?
Did you wake up?
Your mace does not quite connect. It's like you lined up his face
Uh-oh.
perfect. You've done it. I'm sorry, your axe mace scepter thing does not quite line up. The blade actually came out looking for blood, and it just
Did I feel
does.
like he hit me?
It doesn't even feel like he whiffed you, and you have no idea that he was getting ready to even waylay you because you were talking to her.
Well, that was close, but you missed.
Where?
You're terrible.
Where are you asking the mace?
Yeah.
It's hard to give you a definitive
Everywhere.
answer.
I feel like this time Skriz is still.
So the mace begins to illuminate with a bright white holy energy. And the only other time that you've seen it do that is when you were completely surrounded by undead down in the Golgari area. Then you see that this white aura around it begins to have the faintest outline of a green aura around it. And it points off into the distance into an alleyway.
I walk that way. Trust it.
Trust the necrotic energy.
Oh yeah.
Skriz, we're going this way. Come on back.
Guess we're going this way so we don't get separated.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, but we're
It's
taking
like
another
4 miles away.
another
Right?
way.
The building
He's never
just-
gonna make it, guys. Never gonna make it.
So if I turn around and go back to him, like how close am I once I turn back towards him?
So when you actually turn back around, you're right there with them. But they're from their perspective, you just kept running off into the darkness.
Oh, you got back here quick.
You guys were following me?
I don't
No.
think so.
I think it's
Elvin tried to hit me and he missed, which explains why he dies a lot. So he can't hit anything. And then we're going down an alleyway.
Okay.
you
Is
just
that where
did-
you dump all the brains at? I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, lead the way.
Off we go.
You
I'll
begin
just
to
lead
walk
now,
towards
baby.
the alleyway that Scoffbog has pointed you towards the presence of a powerful undead.
Oh my god, it's gonna be a big brain. I know it's no relation of yours.
Well, I'll just keep saying where. Just trying to follow it.
Lizica, I need you to make a perception check.
Oh god.
Boo.
Hopefully it's better than the
There it
last one.
is.
Come on. Well, it's better by 1. I got a 9. Wait, hold on. I want to use this ability, my reborn ability I've never used. It's the one. It's the knowledge of the past life where I can add a d6 to my ability checks that I have proficiency with. It's an 11.
You rolled a 1D.
I rolled 2. I rolled good
You,
dice.
you have been clutching on to the pendant since you pretty much started walking towards this, knowing that you were the one holding the pendant. You were the one in charge of the pendant. And for whatever reason, you feel like the pendant has been in your hand this whole time until you look down and you notice that the pendant is not in your hand.
So the way magic works, according to our understanding, Ravnica, is that you kind of get they're kind of fueled by the ley lines.
They are fueled by the energy, yes.
So, from what we're gathering, we may not be in Ravnica right now. Can I try casting like a cantrip or something? See what happens.
Sure. What would you like to cast?
We'll just fireball. We'll just do
That's
fire.
not a cantrip.
We'll do fire.
There's a lot of wizards that wish it was.
I'll just do minor illusion.
Okay.
Try and make like a, I don't know, a stick.
A stick.
Real creative.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Your illusion spell seems to not manifest in the way that you had anticipated, as if you were surrounded by a more powerful illusion enchantment.
Interest. Guys, I think there's illusions around us.
Oh shit.
Does spells that aren't illusions work?
Sure. Let's try firebolt. Just on the ground.
Try and hit me. Right here, I can take it.
I'm in the back trying to stay away from this tomfoolery.
Fine, I'll shoot Rocky.
We'll pull Skriz in front of me.
Let's say
Good
it's,
corner.
it's another 25.
I'll do it. hit me?
You launch a firebolt attack, but as you go to fling the ball of fire, it fizzles out in your hand.
Sparkler on
Oh.
the 4th of July.
How is Tinsel doing as a familiar?
It seems to be fine. Seems
I
completely
don't
normal.
think we're in Ravnica anymore.
Can I look at my sword and see if like the magical effects are still happening? Like, does it still have that glow of being magical, or is it not magical anymore? Like, it's just regular sword.
Everything from your perspective seems normal, except for those glimpses of the world being black and white.
So they were the only ones that noticed like the magic. Like he noticed that my crown wasn't, or did he just seen black and white? He's not.
It was more the color of it. It didn't look
He's
right.
not noticing. He just is it the color, or is he noticing like the lack of?
It's the
maybe
color.
magic?
It doesn't look right. It physically doesn't look right.
Is that just to him, or is that
Just to him.
everybody?
Just to him and Elvin. They're the only two that notice that
Okay.
they get these glimpses of the world being like the color is taken out of it.
Liz, it's kind of hard to tell on you, but on someone like Skriz, you don't look like you're lacking color.
Same thing with Nevena. She has a very colorful outfit, and it's just like her colors are washed out.
Could be dying.
This patchwork like leather coat is made from just various different bits of just whatever materials that the person who made it with had, and you kind of look and go, yeah, it looks like it's been washed a lot.
You gotta use that anti-fade detergent.
What do you mean?
Do we notice
What?
this when he points it out?
It doesn't
No.
look very colorful.
Or is it?
Yes, when he
Interesting.
points it out to you, you notice that things don't look right.
Does Skriz still look normal, or does it still look normal?
Yeah.
No color.
No color.
Looks the
I
blue.
already-
Liv looks like the only one except for his skin and his eyes, which you know to be a shade of like greenish. They don't look right. His skin looks paler.
Yeah, well, we've been in dungeons. That makes sense, I guess. That's
I get
fine.
much sun.
Looking at my fur, does it still look the same? Like I kind of look black and white if I'm looking at my own fur.
Yes.
Mm.
Not
Burnt.
completely. You have to like really think about it. You have to think about what you just perceived. Normally when you look at things, it looks like it's the right color. It looks the way that it should be, but when you go, was that the right color? You kind of notice that it's not, and everything's in black and white.
Do y'all know of any kinds of magic that can do something like that, especially to this scale? Or is it like internal, someone hypnotized us or something?
Oh, there's some pretty strong illusion shaman magics out there, but
Yeah,
I don't know anything personally that can do this stuff.
yeah. As far as Skriz was running, you'd have thought he'd A, run into something, and B, well, would have actually been farther away.
I was almost there. I mean, I'm slow, but I ain't that slow. Oh, I'm trying my best.
So-
And what about this lead that Elvin has with his necrotic thing?
It seems like the only lead we got. Might as well keep following it.
I agree. Where?
Still pointing you towards the alley.
Does it seem like the rest of everywhere else we're going? Like, does it seem like it's not getting any closer?
It doesn't seem like you're actually getting any closer to it.
Mm.
To the alley. I don't know if it'll work at all, but I'm gonna try using my divine sense to see if I can sense anything, anyone, celestials, fiends, anything around. I'm kind of looking around, don't necessarily see anyone, but see if I can pick something up.
Is that like, what's the range on that? Good enough for me.
What things does your divine sense allow you to detect?
Let's see here. Let's look at the actual wording. Let's see. Badass features. Not a badass have. You can detect good, evil, Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. That's not behind total cover. You can use this feature 3 times for a long rest.
You sense a powerful, chaotic, evil, undead entity within 60 feet.
Guys, there's something close.
It actually kind of hurts you.
Like big time something close. Like something more powerful than we've ever faced before.
Like his angel, or is she
What-
undead,
what-
or
the-
something he's
the
made?
vampire.
Yeah, it's some sort of undead. The vampire, he was undead, right? Or is he back?
I
to-
think so.
don't know how
I think
it works.
vampires are considered undead.
They are undead, yeah.
But it's within
Have you
60
gotten the read of Sedect with
I
your
feel like I did that to him before. Does it feel the same?
It feels similar,
similar but not
but like amplified.
So
amplified?
this new one is more amplified. So after sensing that and letting the group know, I'm gonna do the lay on hands for the rest of what I got, which is another 44.
And I'll drink my fucking potion.
Huh? I don't have a pen anymore. It's gone.
You lost the pendant.
No, it disappeared. I was like, I had it in my hand, then 1 minute it just vanished.
I'd like to cast locate object with looking for the pendant.
The object can't be found.
Uh-oh.
Back.
You. I don't know how this works or anything,
I
I
know.
thought you were blaming me.
Because I made up new rules.
but can you try contacting Lila? I don't know if she can hear us.
I like
here.
to use my lifeline.
I'd like to call her Celestial Pact.
I'll try to bring Lila. She might be busy doing cool shit.
She might not be able to hear you either.
Splicing legs to brains.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You get +2 because you're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, let's do it. Can I guide myself?
He's at 4 now.
Sure. You realize that you're having difficulty concentrating, so yeah, I'll say that you would know that something is attempting to stop you from making contact.
Oh no.
Did he actually get a 4?
That was a
You
4.
got a 4 in the not D4.
13.
You take 6 points of psychic damage
Psychic damage.
as your contact with an outside realm of this whatever you're in causes some sort of feedback. Your brain actually just like hurts. It feels like you all of a sudden just got a headache.
You would get half damage then.
I'm gonna fight you.
You're going to attempt again. All right, DC goes up.
There it is. That was nice.
23.
As you break through whatever sort of penetrative
just
barrier
don't know.
is seemingly clouding your mind, you immediately make direct connection to Lila while you're holding on to Scoffbog. And it's almost as if you just pulled your head up out from under the water where you could kind of hear muffling. Now it almost sounds like Lila is screaming in your head. She says, "Wake up, you idiot. You're in danger."
Take Scoffbog and just.
He's gonna crit out an 18 right here. I can feel it.
I still hit myself. Yeah.
I hit myself.
When I think
hit myself
of
in the face
you,
with Scoffbog.
I hit myself.
With the bladed part,
What the hell?
The
Scoffbog
blunt end.
does not allow you to injure yourself.
And we can't hit each other either.
Did you inform the rest of us?
You see the in the alleyway. You see the outline of a humanoid figure. It almost seems like when you take a black canvas and you draw in another color around it. You see the outline of a person.
It's a chalk out person.
It's more like a neon glow person.
It's like a Bob Ross painting where he starts with their own.
You guys ever went to raves?
Um,
No,
No.
like with the where they turn off all the lights and they get those like black
need
light
to wake
suits that looks like the outline of a
Work
person.
Too
it.
boring for that.
Danger.
Got it.
So
Wake up! I'm not sleeping.
he says, "Wake up." I'm gonna lick both my fingers, and I'm going to stick them in Rocky and Liska's ears and cast That's shocking grasp. To wake them up.
We
Your
already-
magic doesn't seem to have the effect that you would hope that it has.
We
My
already-
firebolt didn't work.
So it just frustrates me and I just punch him.
You gave him wet willies.
Yeah.
Like that happened.
Okay.
guys, we already tried hitting Rocky in the face. Like, I don't.
I just want to clear.
The outline begins to manifest, and you see what appears to be a hooded figure. All you see is the dark outline of it, like the shadow of one. The hooded cloak seems to flow back all completely around the person. This person seems to have a familiar shape, and it's not quite the presence that you expected. You almost expected Sadek to be there. But instead, as this shape walks out from the alleyway, you start to see the world around you begin to shake and shift and crack, almost as if the world is made of glass now. There is a large amount of rumbling and vibrating going on the ground. You're having a hard time actually standing still. And as this person moves forward, you see the familiar shape of Jace.
Oh.
He's pulling his hood back and his eyes are lit up with blue psychic energy. The glass world around you shatters and you're back in what you appear to be reality. You're back in Ravnica.
Oh. That was creepy.
Where are we in Ravnica?
You are all sort of laying on the ground right outside of where the fight took place. And Jace is no longer actually standing in front of you. You hear what sounds like lots of Boros legionnaires rushing towards the scene of something. And you see it looks to be massive amounts of energy being transpersed and exploding against each other in the Transguild Promenade.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Do I know who Jace is?
You've never met Jace.
Okay.
So when we're back, do I notice the pendant's still gone?
The pendant is still gone.
Oh god, that's not good. Somebody took the pendant.
I cast locate object.
The pendant seems to be coming from where the clash of magical energy is happening.
I think we gotta go,
Gotta
guys.
go.
Full sprint.
Cod out. Cod cannons out, shield, and scimitar running toward.
Now, your Leon's hand effect did work. It did work.
I was gonna ask that next.
The potion did work.
Like,
All right, so I'm going to start dashing, and then with my sword, it allows me to let someone else dash kind of along with me. So I'm gonna call for Elvin to kind of keep pace with me as I'm.
You guys go full on booking sprints.
Yeah.
Several seconds go by, what feels like an eternity, as the clashes get louder. You hear the sounds of people who are familiar with magic at all, like actual spellcasters. Roll Arcana checks.
I don't count as a spellcaster.
I would say yes, but not for this.
bro, come on.
I'll give you disadvantage.
Why don't keep
And is
rolling
it Arcana check?
twos?
Arcana.
This again.
That's do.
23.
No, they're not
24.
20 and a 15, but
You guys
What?
notice this to be the sounds of psychic energy
19.
and like telekinetic energy clashing with each other.
Excuse me. That's bear.
That's what the energy sounds like. It's straw.
So
Psychic.
it sounds like psychic and telekinetic energy clashing against each other.
I'm gonna tell everyone who.
I think everybody but Elvin knew.
No, I didn't know. I got an 11. I forgot.
You kind of come around one of the corners back in towards the center of town, and you see a massive, like almost like a bubble with blue lightning going around it. You see Jace at the center of this bubble, and he's holding out one of his hands with this vaporous sort of ethereal spectral hand grabbing and wrapping around Sadek. You see what looks to be several tendrils of psychic energy flowing from his second hand, and it's connected to the brains of probably like 2 or 3 dozen people. It almost looks like there's this psychic web of tendrils going out from one of his hands. All of the ones who are caught up in the psychic web of tendrils in their brains. Their eyes are all completely whited out and they're immobilized. They're not moving, they're not moaning, they're not doing anything. They almost look as though they're in some sort of a trance. Jace himself seems to be very strained from holding Sadak and from trying to psychically link or stop all of these people.
Can we tell if Jace is doing what we would consider the Lord's work or being a bad guy?
He seems as though he is trying to stop something or someone, but you're not sure exactly what he's trying to do. But it does not seem like he's a friend of Sadak.
So,
Enemy of my enemy.
sorry. On the way there, can I cast heroism on myself and 2 others?
Sure.
So on the way, like they took off away from us. So I grabbed both their hands and I'm like, "Don't die on me today." And I cast heroism on. I'm like, if I survive this, I get 4 in your pocket, and your hands are nasty.
Yeah, sorry about that.
How many temporary hit points does this grant?
It gives them 4 hit points at the beginning of each of their turn. For
So,
1 minute.
so
So for a minute.
temporary hit points are not cumulative. Temporary hit points are temporary hit points. If you gain more temporary hit points, it erases the old temporary hit points you had.
What old temporary hit points did we have?
So like if
You can only
if
go
you
max
get 4, if you get 4,
Mhm.
the next round you don't go up to 8.
Yeah.
You only have 4.
No.
Here it was.
Yeah, it came up in our Thursday game, and Brandon was like, "That totally does not work like that." And I was like, "You're right. It is temporary HP. I thought it was HP.
Well, I knew it was temporary, but I thought it stacked.
It does not. Anytime you gain a new instance of temporary HP, it overwrites the previous, unless the new is less than what you had.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, like, if you had 4 and someone gives you 1, you keep the 4.
You keep
Well, either
Yeah,
way,
whatever.
because it gives them immune to being frightened, and they gain temporary hit points equals.
Still good spell.
Yeah, so they get +4.
Yeah, it's still a good spell. It basically gives them like a 4 hit point shield every single round.
And plus,
Yeah.
so we have that for 1 minute. And plus,
Okay.
you're immune to being frightened. Both of you. So.
So, are we all just like standing here watching this kind of happen right now?
Yes. From the looks of it, Sadek has the pendant.
Okay.
He has it. It looks to be like on the chain wrapped around his neck. His hands are down around his sides as this ethereal-looking giant hand is like wrapped completely around him. It almost looks like it's trying to crush him.
How far is he away?
You guys are probably about 100 feet.
So instantly go into my spectral wings and I dash straight at him.
So your attempt to get through the psychic bubble that Jace has created proves folly. You cannot break through the psychic bubble.
I turn to Rocky. I ask if he can use another divine sense, see if he can sense that same presence he sensed earlier. See
Yeah.
if it's Sadek or.
I'll do it again. To
It
see
is
who else.
100% Sadek.
Okay.
Sadek
He is
his thing.
emitting a different kind of energy than you've ever felt off of him in the couple of brief interactions that you've seen him and talked to him.
Do we see anything else that might,
Yeah.
besides the deck, that might?
As you're kind of taking an observational look around, you see what seems to maybe be some of his cronies, some of his henchmen. You recognize a couple of them as like maybe guards that you saw at the wedding, people that were acting as like doormen, almost like butlers, but now they're wearing more on. You would know this having ties to Demir. It's like the old style Demir robes without the guild insignia on it. They almost look like cultists of a type. You can't really see a lot of their faces, but there are several of them wrapped up in this weird tendril of psychic webs.
So we can't get in there to them.
No, as you're kind of watching, you see what looks to be a couple of the other competitive teams, more specifically, because most of the teams got eliminated
Mm-hmm.
or they resigned. The team with Rookthar from the Gruul, and the team with Tajik from the Boros Legion. They seem to also be trying to run towards Sadek, but they're all caught up in the psychic web. As you kind of look around into the darkness on the outside, you see that there's actually probably close to 2 or maybe 250 people tied up in this psychic web. And you see Jace breaking off a terrible sweat.
So, when we get to the point where we can't get any closer, how close is that?
The bubble around you prevents you from, you're within about 60 feet. That's about all the closer you can get to what's going on.
Does he
Within 60
seem
feet?
Within 60 feet.
does he seem like conscious or does he seem like in a trance?
He seems very concentrated on what he's doing. He seems like he is both trying to maintain this this tenderly rope. It almost looks like these threads of psychic ropes. Like they're almost translucent. They look almost like wisps of smoke with blue energy going around them. They're peering in, like directly going through the skulls of all of these other people, and it's holding them in these weird trance-like states to where they can't move.
So I know who Sadek is. I don't like him. Can I attempt to cast Mind Sliver on Sadek? It's within if I'm within 60 feet.
You can try.
All right,
so-
let's try it and see what happens.
Is it a?
It's a
attack
saving
roll?
throw.
Cantrip.
It's a
It's a
saving throw.
cantrip.
Oh, so I have to make a saving throw.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
He probably has a really high intelligence.
Probably,
but
but-
So you attempt to launch the mind sliver through this psychic bubble, and it actually kind of just bounces off.
I am gonna not having high hopes. I'm gonna try and Misty Step and teleport within the bubble, getting closer.
Okay. You sure?
Well, I said I did it, so now I'm not so sure, but that's I think what I would have done.
I didn't even know you had Misty Step.
Bro, how do you think I beat you in the Boros challenge?
Yeah.
God.
Haste and Misty Step.
You attempt to Misty Step into the bubble. When you step through what you hope to be open space, you actually reemerge into what feels like a solid mass. You're at 0 hit points.
I died.
You didn't make it even into the bubble.
Can we see him, or is he?
You
Is
guys,
he, like-
you guys watch him puff and then drop.
Is he like in front of us outside
Yes.
the bubble?
He's
Okay.
he's still outside. The bubble.
Is he unconscious? Or is he like dead?
He is at 0 HP.
I'm gonna run towards him and cure wounds.
Yeah, the cure wounds goes off fine.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna like.
Go ahead and roll for the heal on the cure wounds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it at level 4.
You hear Jace
Actually, wait. Let me do
begin
it,
to
'cause I
start
get
like
max.
breathing very
I
very
can
heavy.
do it. I can give him max back.
Okay, never mind.
As he's trying to maintain all this concentration, and you almost
4
you
times
actually hear
plus two.
his voice going into all of your brains at once. I can't hold him for much longer.
Do you guys know who the fuck this guy is?
34.
Is he your
Yeah,
friend?
he's cure.
He's a good
He's
guy.
with us.
He's a good guy.
Okay.
Jace,
Can you-
drop him? We can take him out together.
It's not just him. I'm holding all of his lackeys off too. All of these people tried to either take the pendant from him or are willing to help him bring it to the promenade.
Can you call Niv to help? Can you reach him?
I'm not sure where Niv is. I've been trying to call him.
Maybe they took care of that beforehand.
So if you drop the lackeys, can you keep a hold of him? We take care of the lackeys first.
The psychic connection seems to drop, almost like you almost feel like a pop in your ears, like when you go up into an elevator too fast. He maintains the psychic web of hold, but you see Sadek's eyes glowing that weird blue energy, and you can see the ethereal hand fist around him starting to fade and crack as it almost looks like he's trying to use his might to break free from it.
Today's a good day to die.
I already did once.
Is there any lackeys in front of us?
No.
Connected?
I'm gonna very quickly.
They're kind of like on the outside, on the other side.
giant ape or T-Rex if it comes to it.
Let me roll. T-Rex.
The worst part is I only have
T-Rex?
3 spell slots left.
I've only got a couple.
Oh, dude, but you won't have to.
I'm gonna grab it with my mouth.
Well, I still have this cool stat.
Can I try and see? I don't know if he'll hear or not, but I want to yell to Jace to like planeswalk with Sadek. If that helps at all. I won't know if he hears me or not, but
I mean, he's heard him talk about it
He said I
before.
cast my command.
he told us he planeswalked.
Go
but,
drop
like,
him off at the limbo or something.
If he
So he-
planeswalked with him,
He's still surrounded by that psychic bubble.
Yes.
Who is maintaining the bubble? Is it Sadek or is
It's-
it Jace?
You're not sure.
Okay.
You think
We're
it might be Jace,
Assuming it's Jace.
but you're not entirely
we're
sure.
not. Yeah.
Anyone have spell magic?
Counterspell.
Zero spells.
You guys are discussing all of this. Sadek launches some sort of a telekinetic attack at Jace, which knocks him back. The bubble around him maintains, but the webs all shatter at once and dissipate into smoke. The people who are locked in this trance, immediately their eyes go from this white color that matched Jace's to this bluish gray color that matches Sadek's. All of them.
That includes the Boros.
I need
people,
all of
too?
you to make
Uh-oh.
intelligence
Gosh.
saving throws.
Y'all get +2.
Good thing I got a +7.
Thank goodness.
Now it's +9.
Nat 20.
Nice. We never do intelligence saving throws, so
21.
all right.
18. Hopefully
All
that's
right.
good enough. I mean, it's a
Plus
deck,
two.
so 23.
All right. 4. Fortunately for you, we're doing a group average.
Okay. good.
Well,
I
in
rolled
that
a
case,
nat 1.
30.
Nice.
I rolled a nat 1.
You see the entire mass of 200 or so odd people. They immediately start swarming back towards the bubble, and they start like smashing and punching and kicking and attacking the bubble. The psychic hand around Jace breaks, and Sadek, kind of laughing, still trapped in this weird little bubble, psychically pushes Jace back probably 150 feet into a building, and he just smashes. The bubble is now free, but then Sadek misty steps into the Transguild Promenade. You're all sort of like locked in place.
So I don't have time to cast Featherfall on Jace.
I would say no.
Okay.
All this happens very fast. You feel like your brains are about to like implode on themselves, and then all this happens within the span of a couple of seconds. You see the entire world around you go white. All the sound around you fades into nothing, almost like in a high-pitched shrill. And the only words that you hear come from Sadek are, "Guilds no more."
Oh, hell, that's not too bad.
Do we get wiped from existence?
You're all surrounded in darkness now.
Uh-oh.
Your worries seem to have faded away. The world seems a little bit lighter. You're not sure exactly what happened, and you're not even sure if you're all still together.
Is it still black?
Put my night vision goggles on
Pretty dark.
from Jurassic Park.
I will, since you still you have a finger, I want
Yeah.
to try to locate where he's at.
I was like,
He's standing by you.
Okay. Can I like try and call out, I guess?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Call
They hear you.
Okay. So we're still with each other. That's good news.
It's great to go fart in the dark.
It works.
That was nasty, Rocky. I'm right here beside you.
Yeah, you better close your mouth. That's coming in fast.
That was nasty.
The darkness fades out into a strange, almost like sky blue aura about you. It kind of looks as though you're in water. You kind of feel weightless. You can breathe. You know that there's solid ground underneath of you. You see a person manifest that you've never seen before in the middle of you. As you kind of look around and you see each other. It's a dark-skinned man with very, very short hair and a very kept beard and mustache. He's wearing long, flowing white robes with like entrails of red within them. He's carrying a sort of a brownish, goldish staff. And he kind of shakes his head, kind of looking disappointed.
Sorry, man. I don't know who you are.
Well, that was unexpected.
Who are you? What's your name?
It's not important right now.
What was unexpected?
Well, you're dead.
Oh, yep. I would say unexpected.
Not just you. Well, most of Ravnica.
Everyone who's in a guild.
Yeah, pretty much.
At that point, I'm scrabbling for my communicator, my compact, see if it works.
You kind of don't exist.
No? Okay.
Do we have any of our gear or anything, or just like
You are more like the psychic images of yourselves.
Cue
Right.
panic.
I call light.
You have no means to contact her. Scofflog is gone. Well, fortunately, Jace keeps very powerful friends, and I'm one of them. We're going to give you a do-over, so to speak. But you're only going to get one shot at this.
All we need.
Quantum leaps.
just saying there's a chance?
We time travel back. Kick Thanos' ass already once.
I don't think it'll have to be quite that extreme, as that's sort of my specialty, is manipulating time.
That's pretty.
Ooh.
That was good timing. No.
Are we still on the air?
Time to check.
Yeah, it's still streaming, right? Is
It,
that-
it looks like we're still.
Is it storming?
No, it says sunny at 84.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Dude, that was kind of creepy.
That was creepy. Time to
Drop the light, bitch.
need to get your remote so you can do that on cue.
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay.
When I
I
say
hope
that you're
you're
only
alive.
going to get one shot at this, I mean you're only going to get one shot at this. And you're going to have to choose which thing is more important to you. Taking the pendant yourselves, or helping Jace stop Sadek.
So you're saying we got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything we've ever wanted?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
You know what sounds good right now? Spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti?
Mom
Oh, man, you
spaghetti.
got
Yeah,
Mom
mom always makes the best spaghetti.
My legs are weak right now.
Arms are dead.
Arms are heavy.
I'm glad how that spun
Oh,
off.
shit.
Could do that more
The
often.
table gets inspiration.
I'm
We
marking
didn't
it
get
down.
inspiration for the Darth Vader thing.
I know, and that
Yeah,
gets
you did.
inspiration.
I gave you guys inspiration. You guys can go back to the tapes if you want.
I'm
We'll,
pretty
we'll
sure.
have to
Yeah.
check the tape.
I think
I mean,
so.
it
Probably.
Probably.
It's
fine.
I mean, it was a
Distance
killer.
fine.
Was that episode uploaded or?
Maybe.
Yes,
I
it
don't
was.
think.
We
Was
only
it?
had one episode.
There, I think it's like 31 or something.
That was
that's
such a
gone
good
forever.
episode. I'm glad it was updated.
Everything else is
All right,
updated.
back to
though.
the store.
Back to the store.
The lights
So we have the
flicker.
option between helping.
I don't need to know what you're going to do. You
I
need
know.
to figure it out.
Well,
So what's the difference? To me, Sadek is
Hmm.
trying to get rid of the guilds.
The difference is that you're going to have my help, at least getting you there.
No, the difference between choosing between the pendant and killing Sadek.
What did you say? Kill Sadek or help Jace?
Well, you're either going to attempt to stop Sadek,
Um,
or you're going to try and take the pendant yourselves to the promenade.
well, we already,
Which one's more important, deciding the fate of Ravnica or stopping someone evil from deciding the fate of Ravnica?
I say he could seduct my balls.
What
that,
does that mean?
but
He had to use it in a
we
sentence.
just tried to do the whole pendant thing. That didn't work.
I say
What do
took it.
you suggest?
So, what I'm going to do is rewind time enough to give you a couple of more minutes to get up to the fight.
Yeah, last time that happened, Rocky died.
So are we talking like right when we were in that little illusion?
Before that,
So right when we won the fight.
yes.
We win the fight.
Or normally you guys were sitting around and I don't know what you guys normally do after a fight.
We cheer, cry,
Yeah,
mainly
wipe the
cry.
blood off your weapons.
So he's gonna put us to the point after we just got done with.
Madame and Tree fight.
Yes.
The whole brain things.
Is the barrier going to be up, or do you have any tips to get around it?
Goodbye.
Yeah, really.
You have to be perceptive and know that this has happened before. Where before you were unaware, now you will be aware. You wasted a lot of time realizing your surroundings, not knowing exactly what was going on. You'll go back this time with the knowledge that none of it was real, and knowing that you were in a almost trance-like state.
All right, are we gonna go after the pendant, or are we gonna?
Or I could just put you in the promenade right as Sadek is about to fight Jace.
That sounds like option
Probably
number
do
2.
that.
Help Jace out. Now, can you do anything about spell slots? Because I'm not feeling great in that department.
Give us a long rest before we go back in.
I mean, I can rewind time to before the battle outside church if you want.
No, it's too far.
No, right when it ends. Now, did we have the pendant right when it ended?
Or was it already gone?
You think you had it.
Was
So
that
now
fight even
Right before
real?
there.
Oh, the fight was very real.
Okay, well, that's good to know at least.
So we don't even know if we had it then.
Yeah, they could have slipped it from underneath one, or well, from
During the
me
fight.
during the fight.
Yeah, so
For
chances
all I
are
know.
the last time we knew we had the pendant was right when we stepped out of the Orzhov.
Yeah, the last times we knew
Did
the
we
actual
start
whereabouts was when we
there?
walked out there, or when I was in Sadek's hands.
On
Can
the
we
bright
redo
side.
the Madame Madrid fight?
If that Madame Madrid's still alive, you get a second shot at her.
Yeah, sorry, I stole her with the blade.
So while this is all, I'm guessing since we died, my heroism. Body.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but the nice thing is,
So you're saying you want to rewind clear back to the Madame Madri fight?
No,
No.
not all the way to
Say just
that.
after.
Is there any way to rewind but change our location, like before that fight, but with Jace?
Well, I mean, of course. I'm a planeswalker.
Can you put me in Sadek's pocket?
Why would you want to be there?
I'm gonna stab him right now.
I don't know that you're small enough.
You're saying he has a small room.
You said you wanted to be in his pocket.
I want to be right behind him.
Sure.
I don't know. He's got pretty good senses. I don't know if that's gonna be good enough.
So you could take us before the Madrid fight to the location we want to be and just kind of skip that whole previous fight we had.
Sure.
Now, that's the last time we knew we had the pendant, for sure. We don't know if we had it after the fight.
We don't even know if we had it during the fight.
We don't even know if
We don't even know if we had it at the start of the race.
yeah,
Okay.
what actually
I got a
happened.
question for you, God. So if we took it back to where we had the pendant and we smashed it, would that solve all?
There are other pendants.
There are.
Plus-
we don't know how much there left on the other team's pendants exactly.
Man, nobody made it direct those. They all lied. We were the best.
If no one
Boros-
turns into pendant, though, Ravnica gets destroyed.
Either way,
7
if no one
days.
turns into pendant, yeah, this happens to us again. We get wiped and we don't exist anymore. We
How
come
do I-
back to there.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
here,
Don't
here
think
at least
that's
we
an
have a
option.
second chance of
Okay.
preventing that.
So
I think we should.
don't do that.
Worst we could do is fail
All
again, and then we're here
I think
forever.
we should probably go after the Madame Madrid fight purely because if she's not already dead, she's gonna join Sadek in that fight most likely, which is gonna be
Yeah, that's a
just
good
one
point.
more nasty to deal with.
So
Not one more. She brought an army with her.
Well, one more main
And
nasty.
plus some
I'm assuming
little
there's gonna be a bunch of henchmen.
Alright.
anyway.
So then you'd be fighting Madame Madri, her ogres, the fire elemental, and Sadek.
With no rest.
but at that point we were having a hard time moving anywhere really. Now that we know where to go, will we get there faster? Or?
Well, the difference is that before you didn't realize that you were under the effects of a spell. So the DC on it would be lower.
But yes, but if even if we start after the fight, by the time we get there, will that?
You got delayed quite a bit,
you don't
not realizing that you guys were in there. You have no idea how long you guys were actually in
Yeah,
that
we
state.
should start
Since we're
Yeah,
dead,
so-
can I change my cleric spells?
No,
Oh.
because you're not
So
getting a
let's-
long rest.
I know.
Let's start right after the fight. We break the spell, run straight to Jason.
Okay.
What spell did he have us under?
Sleep.
It's not really a spell you're familiar with.
Well, you know,
It's a-
be good. I mean, these folks might be.
It's more of a psychic vampire thing. It's more of an ability and not a spell.
Yeah, not my forte anyway.
Chalk another one up for terrible vampire shit.
Let's do this.
So right after the Madrid fight, do you know how long we were delayed?
I have no idea. I kind of popped in to check on things,
And not
and
help. I see. Yeah.
well, I'm
He's
not
helping
supposed to
now.
interfere here. This is not my realm to protect.
Do you know where Niv is, by chance?
The dragon?
Mm-hmm.
I know he met with a few more of our kind.
I guess they're not going to help either.
They have bigger things to deal with.
Let's just do this.
As he says the word bigger, you get that image of those weird, large, void-like creatures that you saw in the in-between
So what was that?
when you accidentally teleported.
Does he like shoot that vision right in my head or something?
Just no, it's just when he says it, something about the way that he said it brought back images of the Eldrazi.
Do they look like big octopus eye?
Some of them, sure.
What are
We
those?
saw one of them.
But they could have been Eldrazi.
So would that mean that your folks' problem is really in Ravnica?
Eldrazi are much more forceful. They would have already probably tried destroying your world.
Speaking of, what are those little wrinkly things with legs? They look like brains.
I'm not familiar. He uses some sort of a telepathy spell to kind of like peer inside your head, and he just looks completely grossed out at the idea of this monster. Oh, it's living in his head? Oh. That's terrible.
Do I have one in my head?
I don't think so.
Well, that's not good news, but a planeswalker doesn't even know what it is.
All right, yeah. Let's just do this. I don't care anymore.
Where's my player?
It's a
So I'm sending you back
mind
to
fluid.
just after the fight in the same location you started.
Are we gonna still
No.
be inside
No,
the
we'll- Spawn us in
illusion?
the
Sure,
but spawn us right at the finish line.
you got it.
Are you?
We don't
are
have
we
the
going to
the
be?
pendant though.
You don't know if you have the pendant.
If
Are we
we
going
do, we win.
Well, if we do,
If
Are
not,
we going to be
listen,
unconscious when
If
you
not, then
drop
we
us
just gotta-
there?
You weren't unconscious before.
Okay, in an illusion.
we're
Yeah.
yeah.
But we break the illusion.
You're not sure.
We're not sure.
Here's the thing: we break the illusion. We start out there.
If we do that, we're gonna be it'll until we break out of it. We're gonna be vulnerable.
You guys are already dead. Like, what's the worst thing
Yeah,
that could
what-
happen?
what do we
We
got
got
to
one
lose?
shot. We got one shot.
Yeah,
You should be able to break out of this in like seconds.
Hopefully.
I love your confidence.
The DC is lower because you are aware that there's the potential for this to
You
happen.
have the blessed spirit.
The
blessed
DC
spell
before
spirit?
was really, really high.
Hope is intelligence.
As in, none of you could have made it, which is why I didn't even have your roll checks.
fair.
All right,
I'm ready to do this.
I'm excited for y'all. You see what looks to be this this blue band of energy form around his hand, and then another one form around. It looks like there's several rings of blue energy around his hand, and he sort of closes his fist and he twists it, and it sounds like the gears of clocks ticking. And you hear what sounds like very loud ticking in your head. You see the world around you sort of like rewind. Images of the fight sort of fast forward through you all fighting against Madame Madri. And you're sort of like hovering for a second, and then you're plopped down right in the middle of the Trans Guild Promenade. And this mysterious person with the staff is no longer with you. Everything seems to be still for a second, as in you are able to move, but everything else around you seems almost like locked in a moment. And then just as quickly as you reappeared, time catches back up, and everything is happening in real time.
You got the dance
Instantly
in.
cast bless and try to wake myself
I
up.
don't think so.
You're not asleep.
All right.
So we're still.
We can check.
Well, do I have the pendant? The first thing, Jay.
You don't see the pendant.
Okay. Okay.
So
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna cast
illusion.
bless on it.
Okay.
Let's try and break out whatever this enchantment illusion is.
We're gonna go on a group roll here.
Okay, everybody has.
Intelligence saving throw.
Everyone also gets +2 for my shit.
We're D44.
So I get +2 from you, you said?
+2 for me.
And then a D4
Okay.
from.
Yes.
Oh,
Bless.
Wow, okay.
Bless spell.
22.
25.
Okay.
14.
Okay. Come on, wizard. We got this. Yeah, I rolled
23.
14 too.
Okay.
We did. Maybe.
25.
25.
Me too.
You see the world around you shatter like glass, and you are back in what seems to be the real world. You are not trapped in the illusion spell. When the world around you shatters and dissipates into nothingness, you see Jace already engaged with Sadak. He's already launched out several of these psychic tendrils, wrapping up people that seem to be other competitors in the competition. You do recognize Rookthar being there, the two-headed like ogre-looking guy, and he and his group, along with a few other people, they look like they're just stuck in the middle of trying to approach Jace. As more and more of these people start to approach, even some of them are like guildless. They have that shimmer in their eyes that matches Sadek's energy. And Jace launches out more and more of these wispy tendrils, and it stops them in their tracks. It's like he overwrites them.
Do we have the
You do not have the pendant.
It's on today.
Is it on Sadek?
It is on Sadek.
Are we in the barrier?
The barrier has not been launched yet.
Ooh.
So we need to get
Misty step,
close.
motherfucker.
I can only Misty Step 30 feet.
You do have your spell slot that used Misty Step back because you rewinded since before that happened.
And then I will,
So do I
will
what about
then
heroism?
hit me with the.
So, yeah, you would have it.
You have your heroism back as well.
So I get that
I'll hit
fourth level
myself
that I
with the
used
lay
to
on
heal
hands
as
again.
well.
If you did not already use it,
I wouldn't have at this point because I used it after we started approaching.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to 76.
as you sort of just appear out of nowhere, Jace kind of looks back and he sees Skriznet and Lizica, who he recognizes immediately. His eyes have not quite turned to that whiteout color yet, as he's not exerting so much.
Send Tinsel to go get it.
What was that?
Send Tinsel to go get it.
How far away are we from?
You guys are
Oh,
like right in the
actually,
middle of the
that's
square. You guys are probably 50 feet from Jace.
How far from Sadek?
Sadek is being held by that psychic energy hand. He's probably 25 or 30 feet from Jace. He's actually like turned around backwards to you as a group. He doesn't even know that you're there.
So
I'm assuming we're all running towards it, and I'm gonna tell Tinsel to go get the pendant from
after
Sadek.
she does that, I'll kind of blind right behind.
You're trying to take the pendant from Sadek?
Is the pendant metal?
Yes.
I cast heat metal. on it.
Okay.
Get it now.
Well, yeah.
Oh, do I?
That's probably a better shot anyway.
What were you going to do?
I was gonna send Tinsel. She has an advantage on sleight of hand trying to take
Well,
things.
go ahead and try that, and then I'll if depending
Yours
on
is
what she
probably
does,
faster. Try it,
Okay.
and I'll send her. And if
I will cast heat metal at level 3.
I need to change this music up. This is way too chill for.
That's so true.
How about
I feel like we need Phantom Menace music right now.
so? Yes, third level heat metal on the pendant.
I guess as soon as he does
Go
that,
ahead and burn your spell slot.
I'll use my braziers to cast Mind Sliver on Sadek twice. See if he may fail one, make the saving throw.
What's
for
the saving
stuff.
throw?
It's 15 intelligence. Or it's gonna be twice.
Passes the first one, fails the second one.
Ooh, so he has his D4 from his next saving throw subtracted, and he takes
I'm still gonna blind.
4 psych damage.
4 psychic damage. You got it.
So he can't take psych damage.
I knew you were going to do that.
All right. So the pendant, you see it starts to glow a red sort of energy around it as the metal around it heats up. The necklace is actually being worn by Sadek. Sadek looks down at the pendant and then physically turns his body around inside this grip of a hand and sees your entire group. Oh, my wedding guests.
And when I do that, I do that and I cast unsettling words on him.
Another. So now he has a D minus D4 and a
Minus D8.
D8 on his next saving throw.
Yes.
God, what do we?
So I see he's
Right.
grabbed the pendant, right?
But I don't have to use it.
Yeah.
We can see that he's grabbed it.
So if he already
Yes.
sells with yours.
All right, I'm gonna be
I'll say
casting
the
Mind
next
Sliver
one.
as well.
That's the wrong map.
Do you need hit points that he'll take from that heat mantle?
Not yet.
That might be the finishing move.
Yeah.
Finish him
Finish it.
from chest burns.
Rolls all ones too.
Well, he grabbed it too, so
Yeah. That's double burn.
Where is my map?
32 damage.
I'm sorry, I ate it. I was hungry.
I haven't been here in a really long time, it feels like.
16 on the
So
first one. If he
the
grabbed
map
it,
I camped out here one night and got hungry.
that's the way I see it.
I knew it.
I really need to get.
You
a
know
bag.
what?
I still
This was
have
the
it.
same map that we used for the one thing. We can reuse this one. This will be just fine.
You know,
I wasn't actually preparing for this to happen this way.
that encounter was so
You know
short
what?
anyways.
We're
Now
unpredictable.
we're just gonna use this.
So we, since we killed it, well, killed him. Rocky did.
All right.
That was awesome.
Someone's
I was in the woods looking for mushrooms. Yeah, by the time I get in the woods, Rocky's already back. Oh, guys, I already got it. Let's go. Right. Grizz does. Today. I'm
Here
gonna
is-
jizz nut out.
Pencil. This is his zombie boots thing if he wants it,
You already
which he
know.
never remembers he has.
We'll make him use it. We need it. We don't have any. I have 4 spell slots left.
I have plenty of shields
it.
though.
That'd be great if I was a warlock,
But
but I'm a
that's-
wizard, so.
I have, let's say, not very many first level spells that are going to be useful.
I have 0. I have 1/4, 1/3, and 2 seconds.
Oh, I have all my first level slots. I just don't have anything useful for
I
them.
use all of them. Use all of them as shields and stuff.
My
Darn fire elemental.
my next level, I'm actually going to take another first level spell. I'm like, I don't have very many useful ones with this.
Be like the son of.
I've got a 4th level and a 5th level, and then a bunch of useless except for shield first. So cantrips for me.
Oh my gosh, why does this T-Rex mini take up so much space?
Yes. I can't wait.
Well, now that you're like, you've got a lot more hit points now, so I'm gonna wait.
One spell slot.
I have like 2 useful ones left.
I only have one spell slot.
You can hit things with a
That'll
Would you
work.
have
That's
an
enough
axe?
for now.
Sword.
sword.
I'm just.
I mean, I've got broken swords in my bag.
Oh yeah, you can use man.
Well, when
Yeah.
I get changed, I'll throw my sword down, and you can do that down too. It's pretty cool.
I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Yay!
You guys haven't figured that out.
As I'm running, do I have time to pull a creepy doll slash teddy bear slash whatever in my bag?
Did you say? Come on, a smush here.
What did you roll? 1?
Yes.
Dang.
Oh, that's great.
That's
Oh,
not even
he's
a
creepy.
seven. A snack?
That's Sadek.
What a bitch. Is that Jace?
That is Jason.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of like, I don't really know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm down.
I don't know. All right, let's do it.
Motherfucker. You want to?
Oh, no.
So we get to talk about our if we got a new character.
I don't have a backup one for this game.
Jason
Neither
the
do I.
Redhead?
I do. Because I already died, so.
I have backup characters from my other games, not this one. Oh, that's the barrier?
It's going to be.
Okay, we're gonna have to get up close and personal then.
Bring that barrier a little bit closer to Sadek.
So that's what.
Oh, sorry.
The back side or the
Yep.
front side? Okay.
So the promenade, the actual like finish line. It's sort of like right here. This is
Okay.
sort of like the archways and the.
No, I thought the way you talked that we were nearer to Jace than we were Stick.
You guys are like on the opposite sides of Jace.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So that is like the furthest point possible.
So we're right here.
So are we in this?
You are
soon to
inside
be?
of it.
Okay. Here we go.
You guys excited?
Yeah. Harvey in there.
Is Harvey here?
I don't think he's been like brought in yet.
Oh, let's see what he does. Harvey does.
Feels good.
Slow. Rocky Roo. Open up. Open up, slob.
Okay. Navina, how'd you do?
10.
I'm really gonna get the highest.
It's Nevena,
15.
right?
I think so.
Aaron rolled a 3. You rolled a 3?
Oh, sorry.
I rolled a 14.
What'd you get?
10.
10.
What's your plus?
Rocky.
This can see be a common trend for the next 2 initiatives.
2.
Well, I rolled 2 nat 20s earlier.
Do we know what Elvin got?
3.
A 3.
3.
With advantage. He rolled
With
3 twos.
advantage.
With advantage, yep.
Okay. How'd you do?
I'm glad I got a +4 because I got
Nice.
my natty one. Jesus. Top of the homemade dice.
So 5 for
There it is.
you.
I'm on top
You
of
got
solid
it.
15.
Rolled a 20 right on the first.
The only roll I did good tonight
Yeah.
was the
15.
initiative roll.
Where's my green? Usually roll pretty good.
I love only having 4 spells.
All right. Well, I guess Sadek gets to go first because I gotta do Jace.
Wonder who's getting hit first.
Lumped
Ooh,
around
Jace
here.
rolled better than you guys.
Yeah, but
Well, that's not too hard.
Is that good?
All I have to do is roll 6.
first things first.
How
Did
does-
I kill him with heat metal?
How does help action?
We're gonna deal with that
Hold
as
action.
we come up.
help.
Hell.
Sadek is first.
That's how many hit points he has.
That's his initiative score.
Pencil is going to
That's
do
how
a
many
fight.
points he has.
All right. So Sadek laughs
Yeah, comprehend that.
as you heat this thing up around him, and you see his eyes sort of flare out with this almost like purple arcane energy. And as Jace looks like he's getting ready to put this barrier around you all, Sadek launches some sort of very powerful psychic attack that not only dissipates the bubble, but it almost like takes you guys out of reality.
Again.
You guys are still in the square, but all of the people that were trying to get into the square are gone.
Oh no, we just found out of stuff.
This was mostly for placements.
Got it.
We're back in the
Quick.
dimension.
Get Harvey's help.
Then he is going to
You'll
use a
save us.
legendary action at the end of his own turn.
Elvin just didn't come back.
I was like,
with
we're not doing
this.
this campaign either. You're not getting that choice.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No.
It's a robot version of
Oh.
the. Oh
What
no.
the fuck is that?
Demigorgon.
That's your sister. Shit.
You know, I really hope
How can you tell them apart?
Just
Oh, it's Sadek.
I
He
think.
did an illusion
Two
thing.
Sedeks.
That is his turn.
He made a copy of himself.
It's Jace's turn.
Uh-oh.
Jace is going to cast a spell at Sadek. He is going to attempt to do a spell known as Psychic Lance.
Ooh, good spell. He has Nick
Uh,
has minus a D4 on his
D4, you
saving
say?
throw.
you rolled like doo doo.
Well,
You see Jace actually pull into his own brain, and it looks like he pulls out a rod of like pure arcane blue energy, and he just kind of keeps pulling it, and then he throws it. And it looks like a giant spear of just psychic energy goes launching. Sadek laughs and sort of bats it away. That's Jace's turn, not realizing the imminent danger that's going on behind him. Sadek is going to take another legendary action.
oh,
Mother.
she's watching. Oh no!
Hi.
We're in danger.
How many of these do you have?
Next up is Lizica.
Oh,
Fireball.
I'm gonna do with my
Fireball.
4.
Fireball.
I fireball the party. No,
Right here. Right there.
I don't even know if that's the real one now. There's
Look at
3
all
of
that-
them.
Look at all that terrain.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't know that that's not the real
Crazy.
one.
I guess I'm just gonna have to. I don't have a spell slot, so I'm just gonna have to firebolt this guy.
Never
So,
said, did
do I notice the different ones? Like the different
You do.
things? Okay.
They look
Um,
the same,
They look the same. I'm going to
including
shoot...
glowing heat metal pendant.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the one behind Jace, hoping to alert Jace that there's one behind him, and then this one's with bonus action with the braziers.
Before you make your attack roll, I need you to make a roll a D3.
D3. D3. I'll just roll D4.
Just roll a D6 and divide it.
That works too, actually. I didn't think about that.
What'd you get?
I did a 1.
So it's a 1. Which one are you firing at?
The one back here.
Okay, cool. According to my little graph here, you did not hit the real Sadek. Your firebolt launches through the shadowy image illusional spell of Sadek.
This is gonna be fun. Well, I have a second chance. All right. Rolling D6 again. That's a 3. I guess I was gonna shoot for this one next.
Okay.
So, well, I got like a 12. So
A 12?
I don't think that would have hit.
Yeah, 12's not going to hit. Anything else from you? He is going to use his final legendary action of the round.
Number 4.
Oh, hello.
I want you to get right now.
How many hit points you got?
He is out of legendary actions this round. Next up is Navenna.
I'm going to swear profusely.
I like it. Strong opening.
And then,
Yeah. Is it enough to take up a full action?
Well, it's kind of simultaneous.
It was implied.
Some of the words that,
that
yeah, that's some of the words for casting are these swear words.
And then I am going to. Not sure if this is going to help anything or not, but I'm going to have Tinsel go first and use the hope action to basically give Rocky or whoever hits this one next advantage
Okay.
with Tinsel. And I'm going to use my action to cast Mind Sliver on, again, that one.
That's the one you want to hit?
Yep.
Roll a D6. Well, I'm sorry. Now it will be a D4.
Oh yeah.
triangle one?
war and you
You rolled a 3. Okay. Your Mind Sliver has no effect.
Swearing profusely again, and I have nothing else to do.
Okay. Next up is Skriznet.
Skriz is going to this battle. He's going to run up here, close range. Cod pieces out, and he's going to cast Cloud of Daggers on this one right here. You know what? No, he's not. I'm getting right up close, and I'm attacking first with the scimitar, and then shooting it with the ballista piece.
You're making both attacks against the same target.
Yes.
Roll a d4.
1.
Well, you decided that's the one you want to hit. Okay, cool. I had to roll the d4. My bad. I don't know the mechanics of my fight. Go ahead and make your attack roll with both.
I'm thinking less.
Do what?
Get a D4 because of less.
Okay. Make sure I
Some mistake gotta have it.
18, 22.
22 hits.
22 with the scimitar. And then it would be terrible.
We're just here.
And then with the Eldritch Cannon,
He's going to the box for more things.
more stacks.
Get my paper.
We can't handle any more stacks. Saw that.
Did you say I can't have any more attacks?
I said we can't handle any more stacks.
No, we can't handle anymore.
But yeah, there is a
This one's
limit
right-
of 4
this one's
vampires
range
per
spell.
4 vampires per encounter. I like
It's
it.
in the rules.
I like it.
So
So 17 plus 8, 25, 28 on the Force Ballista.
28 hits.
Okay. So with that one, that's 2d8.
What damage did the scimitar do?
I hadn't done that one yet. For the cannon, cock cannon, he took 7 damage for that one.
Okay.
And then for the scimitar, wasn't that strong. Doesn't have the drought poison on it. And he took 5 damage for that.
5 damage. Your weapon's magical.
Yes. Yes. To me it is.
To me, it is.
And the cannon
Cannon,
was a 7 from the cannon.
7 from damage.
All right. All right. So you see Skriznet not having any fear in his eyes, tired of all the shenanigans with psychic energy, skulls exploding with little brains and feet coming out, and he's had enough. And he goes up and he charges the one that started out the fight, and he slashes into it with his magical scimitar, and then launches his ballista cannon into it. Both strikes hit.
Did he take damage from the heat metal?
Guess we'll find out. If it did, it didn't seem to hurt him that bad.
Okay.
I'm keeping track of it over here.
Well, I was just saying, don't I get the roll damage each round, or is it the same damage each round?
It's more of a, it's a mechanic of the fight.
Okay. Gotcha.
and I rolled.
Okay. So after Skriznet is Elvin.
Pull out my holy water. Cross. I am.
All right, Aiden.
I am very.
I'll
Use my axe.
and above.
I pull up my spiked holy whip,
You
and
use an
I
action to
reveal to him
flip?
that my last name is Belmont.
Alright, silver bullet in hand.
You're not fighting fucking werewolves.
with advantage.
You never know.
Couldn't
So
hurt.
I'll kind of, I'll hit the one that's right beside me. One. But I will bonus action
Hex.
because I can't do exploit.
Hex. There you go.
I'm gonna spend one.
We got that integration.
Number 4.
Oh yeah. Should have used my fucking initiative. I forgot about it.
I mean, look, he rolled a 25. It's really gonna make that big of a difference.
27 hit on the first swing.
Gosh, I hope so.
And I'm gonna make him weak to. I'm gonna give him disadvantage on dexterity.
Dex, you got it.
So 27. Now I'm swinging two-handed. I'm angry today.
Which one did you hit?
The one on from here, 7
I
right?
need you to roll a D4 No, I don't. I need to roll the d4. Okay, I got it.
You roll that. Ooh, nice. 12 plus a d6. Oh, plus an additional d8 because of force damage.
Look at this guy remembering how to use his weapons that I gave him that he didn't even use the extra d8
Only
for a while.
47 episodes in.
18.
18 damage? Okay. Is that it?
That's what you did, homegirl. That's what.
17 does not hit.
Oh.
Cheat.
I'm
Now
taking my dice and going home.
Now,
Elvin launches a series of swings with Scoffbug.
oh, we're too bad.
He comes through just wailing, and the first one does connect. You actually see the axe almost sort of like rip through the almost shadowy veil of the creature that is the illusion of Sadek, and it actually rips him through, and you see it slice him. So there was no hitting an illusion that time. He hit the real Sadek.
Can we tell if Sirius did the same thing?
Yes.
I kind of feel like with him running in, it was kind of like when Boromir dies. The dude that Thomas finally go charge in.
All right, Rocky, you're up.
Rocky finally gets to go.
All right, I am
And it's hard,
gonna
everybody.
take my turn. I'm gonna flank with my magpie friend here,
Okay.
and I'm going to swing twice.
If that one's real, I was using help with Tinsel if that helps.
Your attack goes through it.
Sweet.
Yay.
No, I mean like it doesn't hit it.
It goes through him.
Like it goes completely through it.
Nice. Well, then I will not roll the second time. And can I then? So I use 5 feet movement. Can I then try and get over here with Striz? And get back here.
You can try.
I will.
The illusion of Sadek manifests and becomes less of a wisp of itself, and it makes an attack of opportunity against you. It didn't hit you. He rolled a 3 on the die before bonus. So, but you see this like claw come out from this slick back, long robed vampire. As you look around at all the shadowy forms of him, all of them seem to look the same. What you notice from when you were attacking is that periodically one of them seems to solidify and manifest, and you're able to hit it. It might be more than one, but at least one of them. It's almost as if he's in the same spot at the same time. But only sometimes. Okay, is that it from you, Rocky?
That'll do her.
All right. At the top of the round is going to be Sadek. He is going to use his action to he's going to manifest and solidify himself against Jace. He did not hit Jace. This next one is going to manifest and hit against Skriznit. God, I'm rolling like crap today. I assume a 10 doesn't hit you, right? Skriz? 10?
No,
Got it.
Not one bit.
He is going to use his third attack to attack against Elvin. So much fun. Does a 13 hit you?
You're warming up.
Cool.
You're heating up.
That's it for me.
It's like NBA Jam.
Sadek is done.
Jace turn.
Jace is up. Jace uses a planeswalker power. And he calls out a beacon to a voice that non-planeswalkers can't hear. That is his action. The planeswalker voice responds.
Go into the box.
The god of long rests is right.
You know, if you told this assumption, we're gonna have a pretty long.
In a ball of flame, you see what looks to be almost like a door appear from looks like the outline of a door, like if you were drawing it in chalk. But instead of chalk, it's flames. So you see it start from the ground, and then the flame trails up to about the height of a person, and then it outlines into a full-shaped open door. It looks like a fiery portal, and out pops a steampunk-looking female in metallic armor with fire coming up above her head. She stands right here in like almost like a fiery explosion. And she launches an attack at one of the Sedek clones.
Oh, okay.
It's motherfucking Chandra.
She takes her turn immediately after Jace.
Next Wednesday. For $15, you can.
She looks over at Jace and says, "You called," and she pulls down her little steampunk goggles, and she launches 3 firebolt attacks at 3 of the illusions.
Two.
Yeah, you're not cool, Laker. One misses, one's the real one. That one hits.
Yay.
Her firebolt looks like it actually forks out into 2 firebolts each one. It almost looks like a forked tongue. And as it lashes out and hits, the 2 firebolts collide into each other around the face area of Sedek. He is going to take 14 points of fire damage from her cantrip. And that is it from Chandra. Next up is, Sedek is going to use a legendary action. Yeah, that seems as good as anything. You see him point behind Rocky and project another illusion of himself.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
I knew it. I knew he had more.
You know, in Magic, I don't think you can have more than 4 cards in the same. So Vampire is the same.
He is going to take a strike at you with it's called illusionary attack. He gets advantage on this strike. Does a 25 hit you?
Just barely.
Okay.
By 4. Like, I missed all the attacks on you. It's me. Bitch.
You know, I think you might be making a point.
Thinking 28 damage here.
Who, me?
Yeah,
What was my point?
we're out of our league.
Full strength.
They are out of our league.
No, we're not.
Very.
We're missing very many spell slots and HP and abilities.
Rocky, you're going to take 12 points of necrotic damage. Sorry, that's not right. You take 6 points of necrotic damage and 6 points of psychic damage. As this thing like reaches out to the back of your head, and you feel this jolt of psychic cold energy charge through your brain. It's not quite a slap so much as it's more like a grasp.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to make a It's going to be a wisdom saving throw.
That is probably going to fail. Oh, my wisdom is pretty good. Not that it matters. Oh, I got less.
Also true.
19.
19 does succeed.
Plus 7 on wisdom. Thank God.
Okay. That's it for his legendary action. Take the one that's behind Rocky off the map. Just leave it over there. It's going to be manifesting again.
Oh, great.
Oh, it actually
Thanks,
does,
Matt.
Yeah, I got it. Don't worry. I took care of him.
Next
You
up
across
is going to be Lizica.
All right. I'm gonna turn to Elvin and say, "Carry us," and I'm gonna cast haste on him.
Calm down, babe.
Swing away.
I think I'm fine where I am right now. So that's
You said
that's a turn.
haste, right? There you go. And you're concentrating, correct?
Yes, that's right.
So what's hasted?
Your AC
You-
goes up by 2 and you have an extra.
Do I have to
AC
I've got heat metal, so I got concentration
AC
on
and
myself,
Dex
too.
saving throws go up by 2, and then
Here.
you get an extra attack or your specific actions. I'll read them off here in a sec.
Yeah, the additional action you can only like dodge, dash, attack.
Disengage,
The 5Ds.
and the you can
Five
only you only
Ds
get
and
one more
Ds.
attack. You only get one more attack if you use the attack
Dodge.
action. So
Dies and dodge.
yeah, it's dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. Or if you use attack, you only get one more attack. So and you also your movement speed is doubled too.
Do I get bonus AC if I'm in fetal position? Affecting all the vital organs.
Could you?
It's more of a DM
question.
question.
Or the hit. Hurdle point.
Oh no, sorry. You have advantage on dexterity.
It's is that it? Is that it for you, Liz?
That's all.
All right. Next up is do I want to do a legendary? No, I'm good. Next up is Navenna.
All right, I'm going to ask Tinsel to go flying dive straight at this one. I'm not making an attack. Familiars can't attack. I just want to see if I go through it or if I hit.
Is it dark in here?
The bird hits it,
All right.
like it runs into it.
Just. I'm imagining it like bounces
Shit,
off.
now it's
and
back.
as long as I don't want to go out of its range.
Tinsel, poop.
It's acidic too.
I have a monkey
kill your
companion
guy?
that can throw a poop ball for 1 damage. He critted once and did 2.
Oh,
In canon, we
gosh.
said we gave it pink eye.
That's hilarious.
Uh,
Yeah.
And my other
Okay.
buddy's familiar lights it on fire when it happens. It's like a
Like
combo.
playing with
I'm just
familiar
gonna mind
attack.
sliver
Mind sliver.
Like,
on the one that I know.
Yeah, his
What kind of
familiar
save
is like
Intelligence saving throw or take
monkey,
one
like, high things onto
2d6
his
feel
familiar.
like a
and
phoenix
subtract
or something.
1d4 from the next
Something
saving
like that.
throw.
Bird. That's what we call it death from above.
So 18.
16. Doesn't do anything.
Yeah, his intelligence is pretty high.
What I can do. That
Anything else?
Nope.
Legendary action. Not being very happy with you trying to do a psychic sort of thing to him. The shadowy wisp one goes back against Rocky again.
Motherfucker.
So the extra one?
26 hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be 5 points of necrotic damage and 6 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw again.
Whatever last time, 19, 18.
You save. He actually takes both of his hands and grabs them around your head, and you feel this jolt of cold energy just shoot into your brain.
It's like a mosquito. Go ahead.
He kind of like almost peers into your eyes too. You notice
Kind of like a horse, I'm gonna give him the go rear kick to try and just back him off again.
the shadowy wispin disappears. It is gone.
Yeah,
The second legendary action of the round, Skriznet, you're up.
all right.
So,
So with my bonus action, I'm going to shoot the cannon off again at him, at the one in front of me.
The shot goes through him.
Okay. So I see that one goes through him, and I'm going to. Five, 10, right?
Mhm.
Right there. I'm going to. Oh, from self to 15. You know what? I'm going to stay within range, but I turn
Mhm.
enough where I'm still here, and I see that one right there.
Okay.
And I would like to cast lightning lure on it.
Ooh, lightning roar. That's a good one.
Okay. You never used that, so what does it do?
That's
So
a good one.
You create a lash of lightning energy that strikes at one creature of your choice that you can see within 15 feet of you. The target must succeed a strength saving throw or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you, and they take 1d8 damage if it is within 5 feet of you.
That's a good one.
All right.
And-
So strength saving throw.
Yes, and
I got a 14.
-4 to that,
So 10.
you failed.
Okay. So drag that one over to you. It actually is solid and manifest,
Nice.
and it does get dragged.
So he gets pulled right here. And
Do I
then
take damage from the
think you
spell?
take-
Yes, and he takes 2d8
2d8,
damage.
Yeah. Nice.
Interesting.
2d8.
Something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
10 damage.
It's very situational.
10
That's why a lot of people don't use it. But
I like
that's a
it.
very good time to use that.
That'd be really good for an Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so you see Skriz launch the cannon at the one, the shot goes through it. He turns, trusting his instincts, and whips out a lash of lightning that wraps around Sadek's throat and yanks it towards him. And it shoots a jolt of electricity through him. You hear Sadek scream out in pain. Also, roll damage for the heat metal.
That was what? 3d8. Yep.
Yes.
I forgot to do it at the top of the round. The one that was manifested this
Wasn't my
round
best.
was the one that takes the heat metal.
7 damage this time.
7 damage from heat metal, you got it.
It's turn.
So you can
Alright.
use.
Final legendary action of the round. He is going to turn the one that you just looked at. The shadowy Wispwind is going to be on the directly across from Skriz, so he's going to have 3 of them around him. You feel this like vibrating, humming noise in your head as all their eyes light up. He's attempting to do a psychic attack, not a charm attack against you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You're within 10
The
feet of
DC is dependent on the number of Sadeks around you. There are
Uh-oh.
3, so it's harder.
That is not good.
Yeah, you get +2.
Man, I come up with really good mechanics for my fights.
I'm using my inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I gave it to
I
you
rolled a
for.
1.
Ooh.
Good call.
I thought that was a 1 again, but it doesn't matter.
I might. You're blessed still.
+2 plus bless. 11.
Ooh.
That's
Wait,
fair.
hold on. 11. Yeah, you said wisdom, right?
Yikes.
That's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
You are incapacitated.
No.
You can make the save again at the end of your next turn.
Okay.
If you had any concentration spells, they are dropped.
So the heat
The
metal's
heat
gone.
metal's gone.
Okay.
Does this one go back away?
That when the Wisp one does, it disappears. Okay, that's his final legendary action of the round.
If I get hit by a C7.
Next up is Elvin. Rocky, you're on deck.
Hey, Rocky. You care about the strong owl?
How y'all doing? Strong
Is that a
what?
charm? That's not
Strong
a charm
out.
edition, is it?
No,
Yeah, who
it's a
that
psychic spell.
No.
Oh, well.
It functions
Sounds
like a
good.
charm,
I'm
only
gonna
it
give you owl
doesn't
wisdom.
charm you, it incapacitates you.
So I will cast as my.
Oh yeah, that I believe me. There's too many elves and stuff in my groups. I know.
Ooh.
So for my action, I'm gonna do enhanced ability.
Okay.
And everybody kind of in this area hears the sound of like a really amplified owl.
Okay.
I'm doing Owl's Wisdom on Rocky.
Okay.
Which gives him advantage on all wisdom checks.
Who?
Saving throw?
This concentration,
Who?
Checks, okay.
wisdom checks or saving
Who?
throws. Checks are not saving throws. So it wouldn't help him to save against the ability. Also, if that's a concentration spell as well, you'd have to drop bless.
And I'll all right, so I'll bring it together.
You got it.
Two. Yeah. Inspiration.
This is pick one.
21.
She took 3.
21 hits.
You have to get
Which one are you hitting?
the The one right to my right.
I'm like on the couch.
You hit.
You throw it into the Discord?
Little parrots. I'm dead.
20 damage on the first swing.
20 damage on the first string.
It's on the first swing.
Is any of that necrotic?
Yes. Yeah, it's 5 damage with necrotic.
The necrotic part of your attack seems to have no effect.
It was either going to be really good or really bad.
Alright. Swing again?
We should use the blight spell.
Need a 4. Alright, that's a miss on that swing. Use my third swing.
Yeah.
7. Gross. 18?
18 hits.
Yay. I guess I should not roll that. Product doesn't matter. See if I hit that guy.
It doesn't change every attack. It's good until the end of your turn.
13.
That would be terrible if like your multiple attacks miss. That would be awful.
13.
I'm not that mean. I'm with you.
13 and yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Anything else from
It's
you?
like playing whack-a-mole
From hell.
from hell.
Was that it, bud?
Yeah, that's it. Oh, good. On the end of this campaign, Rob's sister can have a house on it. Can't wait.
In the session, she's gonna be collecting insurance. Life
Yeah. Yeah, that was the plan the whole time. It's a plot.
Rocky, you're up.
Alright, we'll rotate around Skriz, and I'm going to swing.
Get him.
Your attack goes right through it.
So I don't hit him again.
Your attack does not hit him.
Can I swing just one time there and then adjust to that one?
Sure.
I'll do that.
That it goes to that one too.
Goes to that one too. That ends my turn.
If it makes you guys feel any better, you've done 78 points of damage to a mechanic that you only hit 25% of the time
Hey,
before you actually roll. So,
Time.
yeah, but you beat the hell out of that dragon.
Yeah.
There's that.
All right. Sadek seems irritated at.
Can I use my bonus action to have Elvin swing again?
Yeah.
Or my reaction thing?
Sure. I do have to roll for that one though.
This one.
Keeps getting. It would have hit him.
What would you get? Was it a 1? A 2.
Do it the first time.
Sadek seems to be mildly irritated by all of this. The physical, like shadowy mists of him, they sort of start swirling around, and it now looks like you're being surrounded by hundreds of Sadek.
Uh-oh.
And then they all start to like slow, and then there's only one Sadek. It is still Heps.
It's on now. There's only one Sadek now.
Just swing it that way.
Yeah,
You ever did that?
he's heck off now.
What?
She's looking at the little.
He is going to use an action to bite Skriznet.
Chris, no, watch out.
So
Oh.
I'm incapacitated.
Correct.
Is that this? Or he's a guy? Does he have advantage on that, or?
Incapacitated. It just says you can't take actions or reactions.
You can't do shit, basically.
So am I standing incapacitated, or am I on the ground?
You're just standing there incapacitated. All right. I'm assuming that a unnatural 20 hits you.
Yes. Barely.
You're going to take 16 points of necrotic damage. As he bites into you and you feel your blood, even though you can't move, you feel it draining out he's going to regain some hit points. Not as many as he'd like, but he's going to regain some. He's going to use his. He's then going to make a strike at Rocky. Does a 22 hit you?
I passed the wisdom save too.
What's that?
I passed the wisdom save.
Solid. Take 10 points of necrotic damage and 6 points of psychic damage.
16.
Goodness.
It is Jace's turn. Jace, feeling that this particular entity seems to be being enhanced by something, knowing that it's not itself. You see him you almost kind of feel him reach out psychically as he connects to all of your minds. Then he reaches out through your minds. You almost feel like something goes through your brain. Skriznet, you are no longer incapacitated as Jace comes through and revives you from the incapacitated state. Why would there be a dragon? That just doesn't make any
Could be an
sense.
elder brain.
Yeah, it's a huge brain. Just about to run it.
Pretty good.
You see
fresh
Jace,
haircut.
reach out to a secondary mind that you didn't notice at first.
No.
Oh, great.
And you see the outline of what looks to be a very small creature with a squid-like face and like a hooded long cape wearing these long black leather robes. It's supposed to be. It's a gnome mind flayer.
No mind flare.
Oh,
What?
I thought it was Mind Flare scripts, like when he was smart.
This thing is now
Man, how do you fail with an intelligence team?
the psychic link it has to Sadek is broken,
It's a mini vampire.
so his abilities have been lessened. That is Jace's turn. Chandra is going to use she's going to move up over to the side, to the right side, yeah, towards you, Rob. And she's seeing this weird little octopus creature with a squid face behind him. It immediately freaks her out. She goes, "What the hell is that thing?" She goes, "I don't know, but I hope it burns." And she is going to cast Fire Lance.
We having calamari tonight.
That is a crit.
Ooh.
So you see her manifest what looks to be a long spear of fire in her hand, and she chucks it at this thing. And when it impacts the little squid creature, you hear the implosion inside as it pierces his body, and you hear this on the inside of it. And its chest sort of caves out a little bit and then back in. He takes 14 points of fire damage, and he takes another 10 points of necrotic damage because now he has internal bleeding.
Oh my god.
Like when you're cooking up some meat and you hear that little fat start to pop, he's getting to be well done.
That is going to be her turn. Jace is going to use a Planeswalker power, which works a lot like a legendary action. He turns to the group and says, "Get the pendant from him, or give me the opportunity to get it from him." That's his last thing. As he is going to now teleport behind Sadek and the little squid thing.
Actually behind?
Yep, right there. Okay. Next up is going to be Lizica.
Hmm. Well, that's a thing. I think I can do that. Well,
please.
Will do anything.
I know it changes things, doesn't it?
A little bit. Gosh. Well, I might as well try and make it easier for whoever tries to get the pendant from, because I'm not certainly going to be able to. I'll go ahead and try and dual cast Mind Sliver on him again on Sadek, because he still has a pendant, right?
Correct.
Okay.
There's no need for a D4 roll because there is only one Sadek in you.
So that is 2 intelligence saves.
2 intelligence saves. First one, 13.
That's a fail.
The second one, 10.
Yeah, they're both fails. Okay. So he takes 6 psych for the first one, then another 10 for the second one. His next saving throw has a d4 subtracted.
You got it.
Just move over here. Ben- oh no, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna bench it right there in case I need to heal somebody. Okay, that's my turn. Sorry, get that pendant.
All right. Lizica, the squid creature is going next.
Stupid.
It's going to come around the back side on the right-hand side here. What is the range on this thing?
Uh-oh. Please don't be Mind Blast.
They keep on coming.
Oh, yep,
Oh,
it's Mind
great.
Blast. We're screwed.
He is going to move away from Jace, so Jace will get a chance to do an attack of opportunity.
Kill it, please.
I'm going to move here.
That's a spell.
It's worse.
Jace is able to get a blast of pure arcane energy off on him. The little squiddy-like creature. Ooh, that was a pretty good hit. Yeah, he is bleeding.
Doesn't mean he's dead, though. He still gets it off.
Okay. He is going to do. You see him reach up to his the temples of his head, and he launches out a psychic assault of you. I need everyone within that cone to make an intelligence saving throw.
Come.
Everybody.
Basically, everyone is in that cone, except for Jace.
Screws you get +2.
I got 20, so I'm good.
You still have the thing up?
I failed.
You good? Oh.
All right, Lizica, how'd you do?
20.
Pass.
18.
Pass.
25.
Pass.
18.
Pass.
It's not good.
How'd you do? Okay.
I guess it would have been 13.
What's the D4?
Yeah.
You are stunned, Rocky.
Bless. That's where attack rolls too.
Stun.
Attack rolls.
You're also going to take some damage.
Because yours? Yours is saving.
Oh shit! I didn't use my inspiration.
Go ahead.
$18.
That does pass.
Ooh.
You guys feel this wave of psychic energy flowing past you. Your brain sort of tingle for a bit. Your eyes kind of water from the force, but you're able to ward off the effects of it. That is going to be his turn. Legendary action from Sadek. Sadek is going to attempt to make a strike against Rocky. Not with that roll, he's not. You see him reach out, and you're able to dodge, even though there's a lot of things going on right now. Next up is the Ben.
Question: did Tinsel need to make a save too?
Mhm.
She's okay. Just a second.
Oh, that's true. Oh, Benji's dead.
Never mind.
She
Goodbye.
takes 16 points of psychic damage.
She's got like 3. So
Oh my god, that. Oh,
that changes
stunted
everything I was about to
too?
do. Thanks. Just a second.
My haste is still up. We're good.
I'm gonna look around and see if anyone looks
Hell, I
rough.
don't think-
Skriz, anyone looks rough?
I
Mm,
have a dirt stain.
I'm pretty.
they all look rough.
Like
we're all
really rough.
not that bad,
Dirt stain.
Look about a
unless you
less
consider
than,
lack of
almost a
spell
quarter.
slots.
Less than a quarter?
About a quarter.
About a quarter.
I am what I am.
I'll buy this save.
Toot toot.
Okay, so just decide between damage and trying to get the pendant.
True.
So question. My tinsel has gleam. Can I turn myself into a magpie with that ability?
Guess what?
Glean. It's the homebrew. Magpie has advantage on wisdom checks for spot shiny objects and dexterity checks to interact with.
Yeah, you don't need to. It's right on his neck. You can see it.
Well, I assume I use dexterity sleight of hand to take it from him.
It'd probably be a contested strength check, actually.
Strength? Okay, never mind then.
Because he's pretty fast. He would probably try to stop you from getting it.
I figured.
Unless you could incapacitate him in some way. Unless you could grapple him or...
In that
That'd be if
case,
Jason the second lands.
I am going to.
Got that spell.
All right, you said a quarter, Rocky.
Just about.
All right, I'm going to cast polymorph on Rocky and turn him into a T-Rex.
You know, we can't take the pen from him, we can eat him.
You
shoot
can
the
grapple
pen
him with
out.
bites.
There you go.
deserve. Let's
You-
go.
You can grapple him with bites.
Oh,
We'll
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh my
I was either going to
God.
turn you into one or me into one.
Rocky, is that you?
Well, you gotta get a picture of that.
I think we do.
I haven't
136.
What's that?
136 health
tried it. Welcome to the world
and
of the Jurassic Park.
bite.
I'll let you arrange yourself on the board wherever you want to be, but you're gonna have to take up the spaces that you were in.
I feel like Sadek's in the spot where that old boy's on the shitter. He gets-
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be right about there, I think.
Okay.
That's one team.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see some people get some pictures of that.
Yeah.
Had the thing sitting on my shelf for a long time. Concentration on that.
And then I'm going to not.
Hide behind the nice fire lady.
I'm just trying to get out of the cone,
That's fair.
and that's all for me.
Okay, well that was a pretty effective turn.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it was either turn me into one or one of them into one. So
All right. Legendary action. Sadek poops a little. Actually, Sadek looks up at the giant lizard that he's facing down with a grin on his face, and he is going to use a legendary action to try to levitate up and punch the T-Rex in the face.
Oh my gosh.
Crit.
Oh
gosh.
no.
It misses.
Well, good thing you have a lot of HP now.
You got a lot of HP. And as he's kind of floating up, you hear him go, "Well, the bigger they are."
You hear Scritch, boo! That's horrible. That's stupid.
You're going to take 15 points of necrotic damage and an additional 6 points of psychic damage as his fist actually sort of like dissipates. It punches you, and then almost in the same instance, it goes like through you, almost like a ghost or ethereal hand, and you feel that cold energy go into your brain again. That's not bad for a crit. I was expecting more, but you know,
Me neither.
I rolled a couple ones.
Yeah, they always happen.
How far out would a 15-foot cube go?
You?
Yes.
That's like corner to corner. That's like the
So it,
thing.
it would go like right here.
Like if you're trying to hit the both Sadek.
Yeah.
I think it will. Well, do you have
What's it called?
It's a 15
cube.
foot cube originating from me.
Oh, I think that's
15 foot
around
with three
you.
cubes.
Is it around me?
Underwave?
That's what the spell does.
I mean, if I had to, I'll move it.
This is a 15 foot cube.
Underwave. Like if you stand in between them, they should. I think it
That's
should.
what I'm going to do.
Maybe.
So,
So you're like,
I'm going.
yeah, that should get both of them.
So I'm going to move where I'm still within range of him on this other side.
There you
And
go.
that should be, yes.
He
I'm
has-
I'm casting Thunderwave. As a bonus action before I cast it, on the Mind Flayer, I'm casting my last and final. This is constant. I'm doing it anyway. Unsettling Words
Okay.
on him.
Sedect also has that minus D4 as well.
All right. And
So the save.
it
To
is
the save.
it's instantaneous, and it's a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna roll for the Mind Flayer first.
Uh-huh.
You got a 1.
Okay, he failed.
So that got a 15.
He says he only takes half.
Wait. Yes, suspect D4 though. Let's see. From the mind
Yeah, 15.
Cutting words on him too.
And I got a 4 on it, so he got an
He
11.
failed.
Yes.
What?
Didn't you have cutting words on one of them?
I had heat metal, but where I got incapacitated, I lost concentration.
Oh, I thought you had cutting words on one of them.
I don't have that. So.
Or the
Unsettling Words. That was on the.
I
They
had,
got a 1.
I had it on
so-
Sadek earlier, and I used it against it because he rolled high. But I do on him, so it doesn't matter. So they take 10, 15, 18, 20 damage.
20?
And since they both failed, they get pushed back 10 feet away from the spell's effect. So he would get kicked back 10 foot that way, him 10 foot that way.
So that's.
Okay. The Mind Flayer dies.
Yes.
Sucks! Die!
You guys did a lot of damage to him really fast. Or I'm sorry, Chandra did a lot of damage to him. really
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's.
Whatever, I did it. I finished him off.
Is Sadek prone or anything?
No, he's not.
That was my only fourth. I
Okay.
used my only fourth.
He just got pushed back and took the damage.
All right. Well, the Mind Flayer is now out of combat.
Good
Then it
riddance.
took her turn.
Wait, hold on.
Grisna
Real
took
quick,
his turn.
real quick.
Come on, that was a cool
And
mini.
he
I had
takes,
a little tiny one.
Sadek takes an extra 4 because I've been forgetting to use my Fury of the Small.
let's go.
Good goblin ability.
Can I go ahead and just add the other twice?
Next up is Elvin.
So I'll be flanking on Sadek.
Easy. You have more than enough movement. Haste.
Advantage. I'm gonna cast Brainy Spike.
Bonus action Branding Smite. You got it. Are you concentrating on anything else presently?
What?
Just bless.
You'd have to drop it
Oh,
from
that's
Branding Smite.
That's yeah. We're
That's fine. I'll drop it. 19.
19 hits.
19, 2-handed. Brainy Spike in addition of these 6. I'm gonna roll this. This is no, the cry. Actually, I cried this. Cried this. Ouch.
Yeah.
Uh, 20. Wow. Okay. 30 damage. Wow. First swing.
Sorry, did you say 30?
branding smite.
Okay.
Goodness. What else does branding smite do?
Like
For
lights
the-
them up.
Oh yeah, it makes invisible creatures visible, so he can't become invisible.
Yeah, Branding Smite. He becomes visible if he is invisible and target sheds a dim light 5-foot radius. If it can't become invisible until the spell ends, which is 1 minute.
Concentration on a minute.
So second one.
Okay.
Who knows, that might come up.
24.
24 hits.
So who knows? He might come up. That might come up. He's a sneaky guy.
13. Additional.
You got it.
Last point. Oh, that's a crit.
Ooh.
Is he considered a tiny creature?
He was.
He was.
He is no longer considered a tiny creature because he is dead.
He's considered a very
39 damage.
39 damage. You got it.
right.
Okay, so Elvin takes several large, swinging, battering, hammering chops at Sadek. Sadek's looks like he's been put under severe strain. You see him sweating. The reality bubble that you guys were in sort of fades out, and you see all the other people that were there. They now start trying to rush in. In the essence of it, you guys are basically swarmed by a mob. Jace, realizing what's going on, uses a sort of like telepathic, telekinetic pull and rips the pendant from Sadek. During the struggle, you see Sadek reach out and also use like a psychic sort of pull, and they're yanking it back and forth, like using the force against each other. Sadek tries to do one full last shove, then Chandra launches a firebolt into the side of Sadek's face, breaking his concentration, and it rolls Jace backwards in through the area of the Trans Guild Promenade. And as it goes through, the pendant is in his hand, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, goodness.
We're going to end a little early tonight.
Let the bad guy get it.
Jace?
Jace is the bad guy, yep. Guild no more,
Ending
plus more
the
mind
session.
flayers.
I'm just fucking with you. We ain't done. Sit down.
Ooh.
I just like messing with you. Anyway, we are going to end early in a couple minutes. So, in essence, what ends up happening is the energy from the mana and the pendant lights up. Jace's eyes light up with a array of colors, and it shoots out. He hears a voice that none of you can hear. And you see the emblems of the guild sort of swirl around him as the ley line energy shoot around him. You see all of the guild insignias bounce around his head. And then everything kind of goes quiet. Sadek kind of lays there on the ground, breathing very hard, seemingly defeated but not dead. And he casts Plane Shift.
The deck does.
Sadek does.
Mm.
Try and eat him first.
I'm sorry?
Can I try to eat him first?
You can hit him if you want.
Can I cast counterspell?
Can I just one time just attack as a
Do
team?
you have any spell slots left?
I have 4th level spell slot left.
You can try.
I'll try.
Oh, I want to swing as well.
Don't want this money
Everybody
to get
swing.
away. What is that, like a 9th level spell?
Plane Shift?
Yeah.
You have no way of knowing what level the spell is.
Well, I have to make the. Oh, I have to make the DC. I'm assuming it's not 4th level. That's what I'm asking.
Let me look at the sheet here.
Because I'll have to make the. I'll have to make the sinew.
Your man while he's down.
So it's 10 plus my. Ooh. I'm assuming it's not an 11th level spell.
Well, it starts at 7th level.
Well, it's so the DC is 10 plus the spell's level, and I rolled a 21.
Okay. You counter the spell.
Can I eat him?
He probably has another one.
Can I eat him? That's why I eat him so bad. Oh, that hits for 20 days. So it's a 30.
Actually, I have the jacket gold for you.
Oh my god!
Should have done this earlier.
That'd be plus like what? 12?
24 plus 7, 31.
How much?
31.
And he's grappled.
It's grappled. Jesus.
You got it.
So, did I actually get a swing? Oh, sweet. Okay.
Well,
What?
basically, he tried to plane shift. Combat is still kind of technically happening. Because Jace did his thing, Chandra did her thing, Lizik kind of went more concentrating to counter the spell. Then I'm assuming from that point on, we went back into combat.
Wait, I don't get this one.
There's 33 hit.
33?
Yeah.
33 to hit?
No, 33 damage.
Oh my god.
33 damage is a lot. It might be.
You have to tell me.
Do I?
Don't expect me to describe my move.
Does it look like I can hit without?
How would you
Chandra?
like to do this?
So as my T-Rex friend picks him up, and he's just kind of like flopping there, like outside of his mouth, I just lean up and just like cut his head clean off.
I like to say I'm like playing with him like a dog, like throwing him up in the air, catch him again, and like giving him the shakes.
It's like an orca
And
with
then-
a seal.
Yeah. Yeah, and then his head is sticking out enough for Elvin to just shing.
I would like to collect the blood and put it in Scoff Bar.
And then I will eat him.
Yeah, you guys do exactly what you say happened, and you dismember the body of this thing. As you bite down into it for the final time and you cleave off its head, vaporous mists come out from the hole in his neck and float up into the sky.
I feel like it wouldn't be the scene unless Skriz ran over and jumped on the back of the T-Rex. And then
So right
Rocky,
now,
like,
it kind of looks like he's flinging this body around, almost like this T-Rex is smoking a cigar with all this mist steam coming out of it.
And I look over at our nice little wizard friend. If the sister's now second. And I give him a wink.
I cast 5th level's Fire Rush. You're lucky I don't have any spell slots left. That was my one. That was that
Are those
actually.
cantrips?
That was my last spell slot though. So
So it's cantrips.
Well, so that got away.
well, yeah.
You're not entirely sure exactly what
Not
happened.
entirely sure. Yeah.
That could have been his body just fading away into nothing. You're not
Well,
sure.
this was it similar to the mist that happened to the Belheim?
That was a spirit though.
Who's vampire?
I know, but she like spiritify basically.
No, she turned into
did
like
turn into
like a mist and
Okay,
faded away.
So this is similar.
Similar.
Okay. And she obviously talked shit when she was doing
Yeah.
it. This bitch is still alive.
But it's possible. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The threat of Sadek has been quelled. Whether it's permanent or not, you're not entirely sure. However, Jace seems different. He seems very drained of powers. Chandra approaches Jace. The flames in her hair fade down. He knows her name is Chandra. She goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, my name's Chandra. I'm here now."
what's up?
Hi.
She puts her like sooty goggles back up on top of her head, and she goes over to kind of talk to Jace. And he seems completely out of it.
Oh, is he like in a trance right now?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I'm a little bit behind on some things. Does that mean Jace won?
I think so. I hope so.
So he was a friend of yours, right? He's not.
Yeah, yeah. It seems, yeah, he seems like an alright guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he helped us against the deck, so
And
that's
he's
something.
powerful.
The angry mobs seem to back away. No, some of them are no longer obviously under the control of Sadak. They seem almost shocked at what they were doing, and they're kind of viewing over at a lot of them, including some of the guildless, are just kind of looking at Jace and kind of backing away from him, almost awestruck, not afraid, just kind of awestruck.
They're probably more afraid of the T-Rex.
The T-Rex is still flinging the body of what's left of Sadak in the air and just chomping on it. I kind of feel like he like throws it down on the ground, steps on it a couple of times, then picks it back up, throws it in, and then bites it.
I'm gonna throw it up and like try and baseball bat at the tail.
The mob then kind of sees Jace with this energy illuminating around him, and they don't seem like they're under control, but now they kind of view him as a threat. and you hear a couple of the guys in the crowd like, "He stole the pendant. What's going to happen? This guy is an outsider. We should get him. Ravnica's our city." And they begin to start swarming at him. Before you really guys have a chance to even do any sort of reaction, because I mean, there's dozens and dozens of people here. Jace turns to the crowd and looks at them and says, "Stop." And you see what looks to be a spectral sort of chain whip out from his mouth as he speaks these words, and it binds the mob. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. For real this time. So, with that, I hope everybody had a good time. We'll be back next week to see exactly what's going on with Jace and what happened. Rocky got to turn into a T-Rex.
Yeah.
You guys kicked the shit out of Sadak, my cool boss monster, but it's fine. It's fine.
I should have done that.
It was still cool. That was a fun fight.
I hope everybody had a good time. We'll be back next week.
Hell yeah.
See ya.
Let's get some-
Keep this.